So I'm going to write out some steps here. So when we have, when we have x squared and no x to the first, you notice that that's the scenario here, right? We have an x squared and then we just have numbers, no x to the first power anywhere. We only have x squared and no x to the first power. What should we do? Number one, get x squared alone. That's the first step. So here's the wall of separation. And what I'm saying is you need to get x squared alone first. Okay, so how do I do that? Well, you're going to add 7 to both sides. Boom, boom. Bring this down. Squared equals 0 plus 7 is 7, huh? Step 1. So get x squared alone. Check. Step 2. You're going to do right here. Root and plus or minus root over the sides. So you get the x squared alone, and then you root and plus or minus root the two sides of the problem. So bring it down here. And I'm going to go root, and plus or minus. Remember, whenever we put a roof on the house, we go up and down the ladder. I know that's a really stupid saying, but hopefully it'll help you remember. So this is the roof, like a root, and the plus or minus is the up and down the ladder. So you're going to put a new roof on your house, up and down the ladder. Put a root, up and down. And then what becomes of that? Well, these guys cancel, and it's just plain old x. And this is plus or minus root 7. So those are actually two answers. That's plus root 7 and minus root 7. Like that. So we just say root 7 and minus root 7. And I'm pretty sure they want us to give the answers just like that rather than decimals. Let me check to be 100% sure. Go to the question here. Okay, so like this one, yeah, plus and minus root 3. So how do you put that in? You click on here. See that square root thing that comes up? Just click on square root. In this case, it's a 3. And then you got to be careful. If I put a comma right here, now see how the comma is inside the square root? We don't want that. See how those commas are all inside the square root? We don't want that. So what do? You have to hit the right arrow or the tab or click with your mouse so that you're outside of the square root. Then hit a comma, then negative the other square root. And you put the negative one first, doesn't matter the order. Does that make sense? And it's happy with that. So it doesn't want decimals. It wants you just to do it just like that. Is that good? All right, let me go back to my iPad. All right, so there we go. So one more time. So when you have x squared and no x to the first power, just x squared in numbers, get the x squared alone, we did, and then root and plus or minus root over the two sides. That gives you two answers. Type them in like that. There we go.